Hi. Hey y'all, it's Sayana. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my socials at _ringbells on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Y'all, we are finally here with our first Tell All Tuesday story time. So I'm so excited. I got my iPad right here so I can read through it. And yeah. But y'all, I recorded a story time for y'all on Sunday. That was supposed to be up today, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start the Tell All Tuesdays this week. But just because y'all been waiting, and it's been a little while since I posted, I'm going to give y'all a story time tomorrow, and then I'm going to drop another one on Friday for y'all because y'all have been so patient with me. And y'all know we on the road to 1K. So with that being said, like I said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to get right into the video. Okay, y'all, so got my iPad here. I got the story time, and shorty who sent me the, I'm not going to say her name because I guess she said she wanted to stay anonymous. She said it's a wild story, so she don't want to be judged, but she gives me full permission to give my opinion and talk through the story with y'all. So I'm excited because like I said, y'all, I like giving y'all tea, but I like getting tea because I know I'm not the only one out there that be having some crazy stuff going on. So let's get into it. All right, so I don't know what, girl, you didn't tell me what I could name you, so we're just gonna call you Anonymous 123 or something like that. So Anonymous writes, "Hey girl, I want to start by saying I love your channel. Thank you, girl. And can you do another story time about Larry since you said he ended up being your boyfriend after the LA trip? Just a small request." Y'all, she's not the only one that's been asking me to do story times about Larry, about Jordan, Delilah, Blondie. Trust me, y'all, the story times are coming. They're coming. I actually am trying to plan out one now to do one for Larry, and then I still got to give y'all the part 2 to Jordan and Delilah because y'all, that keeps going. But don't worry, sis, it's coming. All right. Okay, so anyway, I have a story time for you, and I'm not proud of it, so please leave it anonymous, but here goes. This story was like 3 years ago in the summer, and I met this guy on BLK. Have you ever been on a date with anyone off of BLK? I have. Story time for another day, girl. Story time for another day. So this guy, we'll name him Darren. Darren was from New York, worked in marketing, had his own place, no kids, and no situations going on at the moment. He said he just wanted to find someone to kick it with and vibe, and I was single, just talking to different people here and there. Okay. We started talking, FaceTiming, getting to know each other, so about 3 weeks at this point. I ended up following him on Instagram and TikTok. Now, I live in South Jersey, and yes, Central Jersey is a thing. Girl, isn't it? Say it louder for the people in the back who don't recognize it. And he kept asking when he was going to see me, but girl, he didn't have a car. My friends were telling me it wasn't unusual that he didn't have a car since he lived in New York and he worked in the city. Yeah, I would say, give him a little leeway because that's not, unusual. So I just gave him the benefit of the doubt, but knew if I wanted to see him that I would have to drive like 3 hours to link him, okay? Call it desperate, but I agreed after like the 3rd time of him asking me. We made plans on a Wednesday, and for me to come to New York to see him that Saturday since we were both free. Of course, I wanted to know exactly what he had in mind since he kept initiating the idea of hanging out. He said he wanted to do BBQs in Times Square, the movies, I forget the name of the movie, and into a smoke festival or something since we both smoked. Okay, not too shabby. We planned for me to get there like 5 p.m. and then we would head out to do everything. I spent the I spent the rest of the week picking out my outfits, and before I forget, yes, I planned to stay the night because I knew I wouldn't want to drive back in the same day. Okay, that's fair because I don't like driving either. Now, our communication was normal the entire week leading up to Saturday, and I was excited. Okay, I spent the rest of the week picking out my outfits, and before I forget, yes, I planned to stay the night because I knew I wouldn't want to drive back in the same day. Now, our communication was normal the entire week leading up to Saturday, and I was excited to be stepping out of my comfort zone, even though I was dreading the drive. So anyway, I make it out there. I let him know when I'm outside. He comes out. He hugs me. I felt normal. We went inside, and he finished getting dressed. He had a 1 bedroom, and it was really nicely kept for a man, if I'm being honest. Yeah, because y'all already know. I be telling y'all, men be having the bare essentials to just get through life, and that be it. So I'm glad that he had that at least. Okay, so Anonymous writes, we smoke while he gets ready, and then we're about to head out, and he's like, are you driving? And girl, I did not plan on doing the driving after the one I just did, right? So I told him I wasn't planning on it, but if you want, you can drive my car. And he said no, because that's too dangerous. Yeah, girl, that's a liability. You don't know him. You don't know if he can drive. You don't know if he got warrants. You don't know nothing. Do not just be offering to let anybody drive your car. I get it, you don't want to drive, but girl, don't do that. So I asked him if he could do Uber for the night, and he said that it would be too much money since we were planning on going to multiple places, but it was literally only 2 locations. But I said whatever and agreed to drive. Girl, I don't know. I'm not liking this. Okay. I don't know about you, but I hate driving around in cities. It gives me anxiety attacks sometimes but I agreed anyway. Okay. No judgment, please. I'm trying, sis. I'm trying. So we get in the car and he's like, okay, we can make our way to the movies. And it was only 15 minutes away, so it wasn't that bad. We were listening to music and flirting, and the vibe was nice. We get to the movies, and I thought he told me he was going to get tickets earlier in the day, but he didn't, and the seats were pretty sold out, just individual ones left. Okay. I was annoyed, safe to say, so I suggested that maybe we see another movie so we can sit together. And he goes, nah, it's cool. We can text during the movie, because I really wanted to see it. I looked it up. The movie was Nope with Keke Palmer. Like, the movie wasn't even good. Y'all, that movie sucked. If you know, you know. Comment down below if you know what movie she's talking about, because that movie was trash. I remember seeing it, but I remember it, but I don't remember. I just remember it didn't make any sense. So he's crazy. Anyway, I was turned off, as you should be, but against my better judgment, I still agreed. He pays for the tickets, and we make our way to the theater. My seat was in the middle of the theater between a family and a couple. Awkward. Like, who goes to the movies on a Saturday alone? Well, girl, you weren't alone. Your date just wasn't with you. But anyway, his seat was at the top row in the corner, and he literally started texting me immediately. I was annoyed because I wanted to watch the movie and not have to have my phone screen on the entire time. After maybe the first half hour, I just stopped texting him back altogether and just tried to get through the movie. 2 hours later, we meet up at the bottom of the stairs and we head out. He's asking me how the movie was and if I liked it. I said no, not really. And he rolled his eyes. Oh, he's sassy. Well, he got a little sass to him, got a little attitude. Okay. He tries to explain why it was a masterpiece. And when he realized I wasn't interested, he changed the subject to dinner. Now, here's where things get interesting. Girl, it's been interesting. I've never been on a date with anybody who told me that they wanted to see the movie so bad. If you wanted to see the movie so bad, why didn't you get the tickets? I don't even go to the movies now, y'all, and I don't get my tickets. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I just like the assurance of knowing that I have those seats and it's what I'm comfortable with because of things like that. But whatever. Let's move on. I asked since BBQ's was in Times Square and I didn't feel comfortable driving, could we just drop my car off at the house and then Uber there and back since the smoke event was close to the restaurant, and then that way we all win. In the middle of the movie theater lobby, as we are walking out, he's like, well, I wasn't even in the mood to go all the way down there. We can just get something quick and head back to the crib. So what am I out here for? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I was fuming inside and I'm like, something like what? Something quick like what? Girl, he mentions Burger King. Sis. Like, what do you mean? How do we go from BBQs to fast food? Right. At this point, I was ready to just go back and get my stuff and drive the 3 hours back and head home. Yes, you should. I told him I didn't drive all the way out here to not even sit next to you in a movie, and now we're going to get Burger King and back to your house. That wasn't a date to me. He got quiet the entire walk back to the car. So before I started my car, I asked him what the plan was. He said we never officially made those plans and his pockets are tapped. His pockets, he didn't know his pockets was going to be tapped when you was making a 3-hour drive to get to New York? What are we talking about here? Like, what? I was over it and annoyed. I didn't even care to go anymore, but as much as I wanted to, I just didn't have the energy to drive all the way home. So we leave and go through the drive-thru of Burger King, and yes, I don't know if you guessed, but he made me pay for us because he paid for the movie. I looked at him crazy and he's like, I told you I'm tapped right now. Go get you something to eat. Drop this man off at home. Get your stuff. Put it in your car. Call your friend, your mother, and listen to some music or something, a podcast, and drive yourself back home. Go get a hotel. Girl, do something. But this, I don't know. I don't know. We head back and I'm quiet and just completely turned off. I go to the bathroom and pretty much have an entire anxiety attack because I don't even know. Girl, I guess I was in there for a long time because he came and knocked on the door to tell me my food was getting cold. I come out and get comfortable and eat in silence. He puts on some kind of anime and I was just scrolling on my phone. After he was done eating, he rolled up and started smoking, and I joined him when I was done eating too. Since I know I was going to be staying at this point, I just let the attitude go and we just chilled, smoked, and I drank some wine. After like an hour, he starts rubbing on my leg and saying he wants to know my flavor. Girl, I would have left. That is so cringy. Like, sir, you didn't even do anything. Okay. And I was down for some reason, and so we did the do. Girl, I'm judging. Girl, I'm judging. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. We going to see how the rest of this goes. I'm going to get there. Okay. Okay. Again, no judgment. Okay, sis. I wasn't super proud of that moment. Next day, he says he has to work at 2 p.m. And I thought we were going to do breakfast or something. But he said he was going to be heading out soon. So I just got up and didn't even shower since it felt like he was kicking me out. Yes, that's exactly what he was doing. He hit you with the, so what you about to do? I leave and call my best friend while I'm getting gas, and she is laughing at me and calling me dumb and asks if he gave me money for gas. So I texted him, girl, you should have got that money already. Girl, you should have. It's a lot of things you should have did, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So I texted him, and he says, wow, everything with y'all be about money. I told you I ain't even have it, and you still try, and I still try to show you a good time, you stuck up B word. And girl, he blocked me after that. Can you believe that? Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I can, sis. I do understand. I do understand how he would have blocked you. He was giving that, he was that type of guy, you know? Once I got home, I checked Instagram and TikTok, and he blocked me on those too. About 3 months later, I get a text from a random number asking, how you been? Of course, I respond with, who is this? They respond and say, Darren, I miss you. We need to go out again. There's some places I want to try. Darren, please. Please, Darren. Oh my gosh, girl, I cursed him out. I was being way too passive the last time, and I saw him, and I definitely used this as a way to express myself. I told him he wasted my time, and if he just wanted to do the do, then he could have just said that. Right. I do see where I was on some other shit, but you live and you learn. He sent the thumbs up and we never spoke again. And to this day, I still have no idea what that was. Anyways, I hope you liked it. Can't wait for more story times. Tell me what you think. Okay. So I understand now why you wanted to remain anonymous, sis. Because what? Like you said, what even was that? First of all, I feel like you also wanted to do the do. And that's okay. That's okay. Because you put up with way, way, way too much. The first thing with the whole, oh, it's too much money for the Uber. That means if he's already complaining about money for the Uber, sis, that means he wasn't planning on taking you to BBQs. How was y'all going to a smoke festival? He really wanted to see the movie, so he just paid for 2 random tickets. Like, that wasn't even a date. You literally pulled up. Y'all could have just ordered food and stayed at the house and watched the movie. That would have saved you gas. That would have saved you the time, energy, the stress, of the anxiety of driving around the city. That was crazy. And then to hit you up later, I would say he had the audacity, but sis, you was allowing him to get away with too much. And then like your cousin, or you said your friend said, girl, you dumb. I'm not going to call you dumb because we've all had our moments. But girl, 3-hour drive to get all the way out there to him, for him to do that. And then he's going to sit there and say, oh, well, we didn't make those plans official. Sir, you were trying to bait me. You knew what you were doing. We talked about these. Because what girl you going to say, well, you know, I think you should just come out here. You know, we'll hit up a movie. Maybe we'll sit together. Maybe we won't. I might get the tickets. I might not. You know, we're not going to go to BBQs. We're not going to go to the smoke event. You might as well just pull up. We're going to order some Burger King, some Pizza Hut, and we're going to hunch. And then you can go about your business. But I'll be nice since you drove 3 hours and let you stay. That's really what that was giving. I really hope you found better after that. But sometimes, like you said, we live and we learn. And we've all had some crazy experiences. But girl, I'm excited to start reading some of these, y'all, because like I said, I'm not too proud of some moments that I've had in the past too, so I ain't mad at it. But yeah, y'all, this was our first Tell All Tuesday. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, make sure to keep emailing the email like I'm going to put here on the screen again, so I can continue to, you know, get these out to y'all every week and to add, you know, some more content to my channel. But I hope y'all appreciated it. Of course, like I said, stay tuned for the video tomorrow. I'm going to try to get this. It's 8:15 now, y'all. I'm going to try to get this posted to y'all. It might be a little late night post, but I got y'all for, you know, always rocking with me and being supportive. But until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.
Hey.